What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing a quick market update so I can keep you guys updated as we are traveling out here in Miami for the Bitcoin Miami 2022 conference. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick market update, guys. We got some interesting stuff to look at. We have the DXY, right, the US dollar index, starting to make some moves as Bitcoin continues to range and fall slowly. So we'll be taking a look at some key levels, where I think the price is going, what things are looking like on Market Cypher, just so I can pass on some sauce to you guys so you guys are not left in the dark. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some price action. So here we are. We're going to start off on the higher time frames here. We did talk about this yesterday, but I do just want to point it out one more time. We do have a green dot on the 3 week starting to print, right? We do have 9 days left to confirm it. So chances are, a lot of things can happen in 9 days. So we have to wait to see if that confirmed, but definitely worth pointing out. And then the 2 week getting closer and closer to confirming this green dot with the VWAP crossover above the 0 line. 2 days to confirm this green dot on the 2 week. This could be, this could be very, very, very good. Doesn't mean that we're just automatically going to shoot up if we confirm this green dot, but definitely a bullish sign nonetheless, right? Weekly, I'm not really going to cover the weekly. You guys know, weekly's kind of got me sketched out a little bit. We want to watch out for this money flow crossover into the red over here, right? Because last time that happened, it is not good. But I cover this very often, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the weekly. But just be careful. You want to watch this this money flow starting to come down. But last time we crossed into the money flow. Typically, when we cross below the 0 line into the red with the money flow, typically we come down quite a bit. So keep an eye out on that. But then, on the higher daily time frames, the 5-day, right, you get a green money flow crossover on Market Cypher B, right? Doesn't look like it's too strong. Just trying to zoom in here, right? It just like came up and is starting to flatten out here. So not the strongest money flow crossover, but definitely somewhat of a good sign. You got the VWAP coming down, so you might, VWAP might bring that money flow back into the red for a little bit before it crosses back up into the green. That's what we're hoping for. But generally, money flow coming up on the 5-day, right? Now taking a look at the 4-day, money flow generally coming up, not looking too bad. And then, yeah, on the 3-day, money flow back in the red, right? Money flow coming back down. So the question is, how big of a money flow wave is this going to be? Are we just going to dip right back up and just continue with the money flow coming into the green? Or is this going to come down and turn into a bigger red wave? We'll have to wait to see out. You do have the red, red dot up here on the momentum wave. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. Hopefully that VWAP can just turn around and come back up sooner than later. And then, the 2-day money flow starting to come up. But the daily money flow, right, just continuing down, money flow coming out on the daily aggressively, coming towards that 0 line, looking like it wants to cross over. But I will, the VWAP is coming up towards that 0 line. So there is a possibility that we will just print a tight little trigger wave here. And then, money flow can just turn back around and come into the green. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. But, coming down to, let's just sit on the daily. Not much has happened on the daily to be looking at right now. But, sorry, I got my laptop moving all over the place here. But, yeah, actually, let's go down to the 4-hour and just kind of take a look at what we got here. Here's our line from yesterday, just our random line that we drew. But we are ranging, kind of like we were saying, just kind of stuck in this range here for the most part, right? We did just wick below this 43K level again, this red line. That's actually coming down to the hour. Get a little closer look. Let's get rid of this line. But yeah, just kind of binging and bonging around in here. And then we did wick down, but we came back up and we are starting to hold this as support again. Money flow coming up on the 1 hour. So, might have like a little, double bottom here, maybe triple bottom, and then we maybe come up and test this level again up here. But the big news, we talked about this yesterday and the day before, we lost this support level here at about 44.6. And now we are trading in this range down here. Now, we do want to remember, we talked about this yesterday as well. We are having a lot of blood diamonds printing, right? You got a blood diamond on the 10 hour. You got two of them on the 8 hour. And then the 6 hour, same deal. You got 2 there. I think you got 1 on, yeah, 1. You got a yellow X on the 4 hour now. So you're going to want to be careful. This yellow X you want to be really careful with, right? On the 4 hour, sometimes they can bring you down quite a bit. You know, definitely want to watch out for this, because this is what pushed us below this 43K level as we pierced through. Looks like we did find support on this 4 hour, you know, 200 moving average. But nonetheless, this yellow X, you want to be very, very careful if you're looking for longs. Even scalp longs, you want to be careful. Even if you get green dots, you know, you want to be careful with these yellow X's for sure. You know, and definitely not a good sign. Yeah, you're getting blood diamond on the 2 hour, fresh blood diamond, you know, printed a few hours ago. And then 1 hour, you know, you're starting to print these blood diamonds. I think, you know, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, you know, I think there's a decent chance, you know, although we have on the higher daily time frames, you have money flow coming up. You know, you are in the red here with the 1 hour, but this could turn back around. But with these blood diamonds and yellow X's starting to print, right, 2 hour money flow curving down pretty aggressively, 3 hour starting to come back down, 2 hour, you're just kind of getting, I think there's a good chance, you know, or somewhat of a good chance that we break this 43K level. I'm just not sure if we're going to hold it, unfortunately. Hopefully we can, and it's not impossible that we can. I mean, I would love to turn around here, but there's really nothing screaming that we're going to turn around, and especially when you're starting to print these blood diamonds. You know, last time you start seeing multiple blood diamonds print, you're like, oh, one printed, didn't play out that much, right? Oh, another one printed, didn't play out that much. It might make you think, you know, you're finding a bottom here, and then that third one's just the one that drops you like a rock. So you want to be careful, especially when you have these multiple, right? It's kind of the same thing here. Blood diamond didn't really play out. Blood diamond didn't really play out. A lot of people might be feeling, you know, like we might be finding a bottom here, right? Now, granted, there are some things that are a little different here. When you were printing these blood diamonds here, these 3 blood diamonds, you know, money flow was coming down, ready to cross over into the red. So that's a little different where we have money flow starting to come up. So I don't know if it'll play out exactly like that, but you know, that is worth noting. It's the money flow is coming up generally here, so might not see that big of a drop. But if we do lose this level, right, you guys want the levels, right, that we're watching. Keep an eye on 42. I do think 42 is going to be pretty strong support, right? As you can see, you know, we were banging our head on this level for quite a while, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, finally we got rejected and broke out, turned it to support, right? So I think there is a good chance that, you know, if we break this level, we could come down. I would be waiting for a retest of this support level into resistance before maybe looking for a short position, right? But 42K is very important area of support that I am keeping my eye on, right? And then, you know, let's go over, let's check out the 4 hour, zoom out a little bit here. Let me turn off Market Cipher A. And you know what, we're going to, I have another level here, right? If you pull, and I know I talk about this pretty often in the past few days, I do think there's a good chance that we can work our way back to the bottom of the ascending triangle, right? We do not want to break through the bottom of this, but if you pull your Fibonacci retracement from this, you know, this low over here, and drag it to your high right here, you have this level, this golden pocket level. I mean, the top of it is at about 41.4, right? I think you could find, and you will see just this general level, like we found support here. You know, we were getting resisted. Hang on, let me just drag this out a little bit. Right, you got resistance, you know, resistance, support, you came back up. So I think we could come back down and get a nice bounce off of this level, possibly. But, you know, just to show some more confluence, and that is, I mean, this white line is 41.2, but the top of the golden pocket is about 41.4. So keep an eye on that level for possible bounces as well, because you do have a golden pocket in that area. But then also, if you grab your Fibonacci retracement again and you drag it from this low right here, right, and drag it to that same high, I do just want to show you guys, we do have some pretty good, you know, support confluence here with the bottom of the ascending triangle, right? So just assuming, I mean, nobody can just predict how the price is going to move, but let's just say generally you're coming down, you're moving, right? And then you come down here, you're hitting the bottom of this ascending triangle, right? And you have the golden pocket right here. So you have a little bit of confluence, you know, could be very, very, very strong support, and I think maybe you get a decent bounce off of that. Hopefully it could bring us back up to the top of the triangle and back out. But one more thing I did just want to bring up for you guys here, as you know, we do bring this up. We haven't brought it up recently, but we usually do bring it up once in a while just to check it out. You know, bring them side by side here, and then let's change this to the DXY. Right, finally, you know, the DXY has, you know, broken out of its previous range, right? Let me just go 15 minute, just so we can get a better look here. Now, you do have, you know, the DXY we talk about a lot. A lot of the time moves inverse to Bitcoin, right? And if I just zoom out a little bit here, or we'll have to zoom out a little more, but you could just see here, as you had this move to the upside was when we started seeing this move to the downside with Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin comes down. If you watch my cursor on the other screen, the DXY is coming up. And then as Bitcoin starts to come up, the DXY starts to come back down, right? The US dollar index. So interesting. This is just another thing you guys can keep an eye on. You know, if you're looking for longs or shorts, you can always, you know, let me see what the DXY is doing, check it out, and you can get some, you know, more clues, on this chart as well, knowing that a lot of the time it moves inverse to Bitcoin, right? So, you know, let's come up to a higher time frame here, for, the DXY, and you can see, right, it has broken out, right? We were just kind of moving around in this range, right? We were bouncing off of this golden pocket, and then finally, third time was the charm, right? We got 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, and it finally broke out past 100, past 99. Well, you know, the peak really was, it was hanging out around 99 in this level here. And then we finally broke out and we got all the way up to, you know, 100, right? So just another thing to keep an eye on, guys. You're trying to get clues from as many places as you can, right? And yeah, so let me just get back to our Bitcoin chart here. But yeah, so DXY, you know, worth keeping an eye on. You could have seen that breakout and, you know, expected a move down for Bitcoin. And then just checking on the SPY, right? We broke out of this downtrend, came up, and now we are starting to correct. You do have some support here that you are starting to hold, you know, right here. So maybe, you know, SPY cools off before breaking higher, and that is what we're waiting for. That could bring Bitcoin to higher prices. So I just like to bring that stuff up. I know we're not a stock channel. I know we're not a US currency channel, but I just like to bring those charts up to give you guys, you know, some extra, you know, extra parts of the market, or, you know, pieces, puzzle pieces to the story that we're trying to, you know, track and analyze here. They could be very, very helpful. So, guys, I think that's all I got for today's video. I did just want to keep you guys updated. You want to watch that 41.2, 41.3 level. You want to watch 42 even, right? Psychological level, could see a strong bounce there. And then, you know, working our way into the bottom of that ascending triangle, you do have that golden pocket confluence. So I think worst case scenario, I guess not worst case scenario, but, you know, worst short-term case, we work our way all the way to the bottom of that ascending triangle, hit that little golden pocket area that is coming with perfectly, you know, in confluence with that bottom of the ascending triangle, and then we get a nice bounce out of there. Hopefully, that's what we're looking for. But if you're looking for some trades, look for us to fall into that range, and you know, watch that $42,000 level for a possible scalp long for that bounce. And then if we break that current level that we are toying with right now at about 43, if we break that one more time, then you know, look for that short. You want to come down, retest that support as resistance, and then look to enter your short. But guys, that's what I'm keeping my eyes on. Not looking as bad as yesterday, but we are starting to get those yellow X's and blood diamonds on the 4-hour and the 2-hour, you know, the lower to medium time frames. Not really a great look. I do think we still could have some more downside on the way. So there you go, guys. That's all I got for this one. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a